So I think the number one thing that makes me happen is possibilities. I like to think about what I can do, and I like to think about how I can change my life for the better and how I can change the lives of other people for the better. Um, right now, as I said, I'm in an enormous state of flux. Everything in my life is I guess you would say transitional right now. Everything is changing, and everything is changing in relation to everything else. So, at a certain level, I'm trying to step back. I'm sorry. Trying to step back and trying to think dynamically about changing. Well, it's changing anyway. It's changing all around me. So I'm trying to take a step back and figure out how I can perhaps get ahead of the change. There's a great teacher from the East who says, why should you why should you be run over by the wheel of life? I believe is how he phrases it. Why should you be run over by the wheel of life? Why shouldn't you turn the wheel of life in whatsoever direction you choose? But in order to do that, you have to have a powerful mind. You have to develop your mind, and you have to develop your body. So there's a pretty significant amount of time that I know I'm going to have to put in to develop my mind, to develop my body. And so I guess you could say that that's a pretty big chunk of my focus in the game of life. How do I position myself to do the things I want to do? And so I put a lot of thought into that. So you could actually say that that's what makes me happen, because I try not to spend so much time reacting. I try to spend more time thinking. I try to spend more time planning. I put a pretty fair amount of time into research. They say that ignorance is the enemy of all humanity. So, but then the question becomes, well, how do you combat ignorance? Well, you got to do some research, of course. You have to use your intelligence, such as it is, but simultaneously you have to go deeper than that, because if the only thing you're doing is engaging the intellect, it's very easy to be misled. There are multiple sources in the world today that will feed you disinformation or misinformation, and if you act on misinformation, or you act on disinformation, or you act on the results of a very slick marketing campaign, which quite often just comes down to very well developed lies, you'll come up with a faulty conclusion, and you won't be moving yourself and or your life in the direction you want it to go. So that's where the mindfulness part comes in. You've got to go deeper. You've got to dig into yourself, dig into life, dig into your own life. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Mindfulness practice can open many doors in your own mind, in your own space, and really everything is perception. So you've got to start working on your perceptions if you want to change your life in a significant and positive way. On the one hand, technology is just fantastic, and we're really in the infancy of technology. People are not aware of that, but we're in the infancy of technology. But on the other hand, technology can very quickly lead you astray. If you're one of these people that spends 25 hours a day on video games, or 28 hours a day on Snapchat slash Facebook slash Twitter, you won't have any time to develop yourself. So what makes me go is the opportunity to go deeper, to really think things through, so that I can help myself and help other people in the process. And like I say, it keeps coming back to using the mind and pushing myself to use the mind.